Good morning. Enjoying using some of these fun filters at this Halloween time, right? So, yeah, I wanted to come on and talk to you a little bit about just some of the reasons I know and see how when we add something like a daily practice of any sort, but especially a daily mat practice that we could call yoga for various reasons, and when we get it personalized for us, which is what I do with people. So we're talking like when we add 15 minutes a day of some exercises that are just right for you, for me. We customize it. Why does that change so much? And why does that really even shift everything in someone's life? Is that really possible? Could adding just 15 minutes a day of exercises that are actually very gentle and only make you feel better, why would that change your whole life, right? Well, lots of reasons. The biggest reason that makes the most sense if you get into it is that it's all energy, right? We're energetic beings and we're made of energy, right? So our bodies, everything that's happening in the body is energy. Everything that we're feeling emotionally is energy. Those thoughts are energy, right? And everything happening in our life is energy. So when we're using a mat practice, which is tuning our energy with those exercises, with the attention, the awareness, the focus that we bring in with the use of breath, huge energy work, huge energy medicine that we're doing for ourselves, to ourselves. So that alone changes so much. Each time we do the practice, it tunes our energy, helps us let go of other people's energy that we're probably picking up every day, helps us even shed and release layers of trauma from the past, even old emotions, old memories, even things from ancestors that might be part of our experience, right? So we're tuning ourselves so powerfully with this thing that we see as a mat practice. It's so cool. And also, that time on the mat is absolutely a time of meditation, a time that we're with ourselves, listening to ourselves, noticing what's true for us, seeing what's on the mind, noticing how we are using the mind, and also tuning how we use the mind and the focus and the attention. And that's what makes exercises yoga, is the inner approach. So we're cultivating that each time we get on the mat. So we're really tuning our mindset, the ways that we can focus, which is absolutely going to shift the way that we feel. Also gives us a chance to feel how we are feeling, to deal with how we're feeling, to get into the guidance of those emotions, right? And also to really shift how we're feeling emotionally and to cultivate a very different feeling emotionally through these practices, through that time on the mat, through that inner awareness, the attention. And then one of the big pieces we also bring in to make that practice yoga is the spirit of non-judgment, and even more like self-love, compassion, kindness. We move into that with ourselves every time we get on the mat and call something yoga. So when we're doing that each day, reconnecting with that attitude with ourselves, which of course is going to translate into our attitude with others, right? So you can start to see the ripple effects of this. Could be a 15-minute practice. That's really about as long as I try to make the practices that I build for people. But when we start to do something like this every day, 100% changes everything. Changes how our mind's functioning, changes how we're going to be experiencing things emotionally. So certainly, definitely affecting things like our mental health, shifting our experience of our mental health, really changing how we're going to feel with things like anxiety, depression, help us stay out of those extremes when we're starting to now, yes, tune ourselves with that daily practice, right? And then spiritually, absolutely, if you're interested in having a spiritual connection, if you like that sense in your life, your time on the mat is also supposed to be a time for that, for you to reconnect spiritually. That's where I love this filter, right, with like the third eye, helping us reconnect with ourselves, with our intuition, with our higher self, with our feelings of connection with God, the universe, ancestors, all of the above. So when we're doing that too each day, imagine how different we're feeling when we're reconnecting spiritually through our self-care and through something as simple as a daily mat practice. And we're talking efficient here. So you get all of these things in one, right? You get to tune yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and yes, most of all, energetically. That's what's going to make the biggest difference, right? And then, yeah, tuning ourselves spiritually, if that's part of our interest in life, how much it's going to change everything, right? How we feel through our days, how we flow through our days, how we show up for other people, how we're approaching our work and creations, right? And just how we're enjoying life on the planet at this time. So I'm excited about the power of this simple thing that we can add to our lives. And when we start to do it more like every day, it changes everything. So it's a actually really great way for us to not only help ourselves, but to help the world, right? Because we're going to show up so differently, so much more powerfully, and the world needs us now. So if you know you're ready, that's what I'm here for. That's what I do most with people, is set up those home personalized practices just right for you, so you can start doing it very quickly every day and change your experience on all those levels, right? That's why we call it holistic. Mind, body, and soul. We get to attend to all three in the most efficient, effective ways. So love you so much. Stoked to share what's possible here. Have a good day out there, guys. Namaste.